For anyone just getting into the action RPG genre, it might be confusing on where exactly to start. In this video, I will show you the 10 best action RPGs for beginners. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The player is transported to ancient Greece in this installment of the long-running game. Although you can play as either Alexios or Cassandra, many fans consider Cassandra to be the real protagonist. It's one of the few AC games that actually incorporates player choice and even romance into the gameplay. After all, the series is usually known for its stealth mechanics, free running, and assassinations. Next up we have Victor Vran. This is not to be confused with another vampire hunting game, The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. It is a separate entity. In fact, in what is otherwise a standard ARPG title, players may leap and platform to some extent. You go through an overworld, fighting opponents, looting, and progressing through a plot. Victor Vran, on the other hand, presents a relatively simplified advancement system with simple controller mechanics. This is a wonderful technique to move from console to PC while still using a controller if you're used to using a controller rather than a keyboard and mouse. Next up we have Borderlands series. Picking up any title in this franchise offers a seamless introduction to the looter-shooter RPG genre. But the first game might be the best place to start for those who want story continuity. If you just want the best experience overall, many fans would suggest Borderlands 2. The shooting is fast-paced, abilities are unique and interesting, and players can create their own builds based on a skill tree. It's best when played with friends, and a group of 4 beginners makes a perfect party. Next up we have Trials of Mana. Although this Square Enix title is more of a JRPG, it's an excellent choice for novices who enjoy that style. This game, in particular, recreates the third game in the series in a stunning 3D environment. It supports all controllers and lets players to mold their characters' morality through their decisions. Trials of Mana is one of those games that a group can sit and watch or take turns playing, despite the fact that it is a single-player experience. Beginners in ARPGs may like it or feel imprisoned by it. Next up we have Divinity Original Sin 2. Some would argue that Divinity Original Sin 2 isn't an ARP because it uses turn-based combat. However, the same plot and treasure aspects found in games like Diablo are present here as well. Aside from that, there's the impact of decisions on gameplay and the fact that there are 4 difficulty settings to pick from. This game's success led to the studio diligently working on Baldur's Gate 3, a title that would work for more advanced ARPG players. Next up we have Last Epoch. Though the title is still in early access, Last Epoch offers time travel on top of your typical dungeon crawling experience. There are tons of build paths and ways to outfit a character. While this might be overwhelming for some newcomers, it may excite others. But it's a hack-and-slash ARPG with dinosaurs, spirits, and eldritch creatures. What's not to love? Next up we have Hades. Supergiant Games' roguelite RPG won the hearts and minds of almost everyone. The game's fantastic music, compelling action, and stunning visuals further added to the character's swagger. From Zagreus and Megaera to the ornery underworld god himself, it's difficult to ignore almost everyone's charms. But the roguelite aspect is what makes it perfect for beginners. Each time Zagreus dies, he gains access to more boons, weapons, and story. Next up we have Ghost of a Tale. Although stealth mechanics may not appear to be extremely action-oriented, hiding will have your heart racing if you're a mouse in a rat's world. Tilo, a mouse minstrel locked in a stronghold, is the protagonist in this charming game. Explore the grounds and beyond while staying as far away from opponents as possible. For action RPG beginners, Ghost of a Tale offers a fully contained and wonderfully realized story. Next up we have Grim Dawn. When it comes to action RPGs, some enthusiasts may argue that Path of Exile is the greatest place to start. For newbies, though, the sheer number of construction possibilities and treasure might be bewildering. Grim Dawn is a superior alternative because it provides a comparable but more simplified experience. This title puts the player in a medieval and gothic setting with lots of baddies to put down. There are even 2 expansions to play through, as well, for more top-down looting shenanigans. The last game of this video is Warframe. Warframe is a free-to-play game with a lot of content, even if it may be a little grindy at times. Players design their own space ninja robots and fight in a third-person shooter with melee options. Despite the game's relatively conventional backdrop of future with megacorporations, it explores transhumanism in a surprising depth. For people who want to dip into the action RPG pool without heavy investment, Warframe is the way to do it. So that's the list of 10 best action RPGs for beginners. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.